I'm going to now show you how you can gather information using Microsoft Outlook. Now this feature was first introduced in Access 2007, but it's also available in 2010. Now say for example we're sending out a survey to potentially 100 people. As soon as we get those survey results back, we would then go ahead and enter them into the Access database. Now the problem with this is there's the potential for entering the data incorrectly. So what we can do is we can use Microsoft Outlook along with Microsoft Access to eliminate this problem, and I'll show you how now. Come to our navigation pane. I've got a table here called Customers, and if I open it, we can see that, go right to the bottom of the table, we can see that the last record there is Company CC. It's record number 29, and the last name is Lee. So what's going to happen is Outlook is going to actually add another company on there. So if I close the table, so what I do is I select my table in the navigation pane, and I come up to the ribbon at the top here and select the External Data tab, and now I come along to the section that says Collect Data, and I click the button that says Create Email. Now we can ignore the first screen, so we click Next, and here we have two options. We want to select the first one that says HTML form. Click Next, and we have the option here to collect new information only or update existing information. Well, I'm going to be collecting new information, so I'm going to click Next, and this is where we can select the fields that we want to show in the message. So I could, for example, select company, I could select first name and last name. And we can also change those labels so that they display in our Outlook message with the actual text that we put in here. So I could change company to be something else, like our company or whatever. But I'll leave it as it is. I'll leave these settings as they are here. I won't actually add any details to the label, and I'll click Next. Now you want to make sure this box is checked, because Outlook will automatically process the replies and add them to our table in Access. And now click Next. Before we do that though, we want to make sure that Outlook is actually going to add the messages to a particular folder in Outlook, and that folder is going to be this one here called Access Data Collection Replies. So just make sure that that's actually the one selected, and come back here, click Next, and this is where we can enter the email addresses in Microsoft Office Outlook. So we click Next at this point, and this is the message which is going to be sent from Outlook to the user. We can change the subject if we want to. We can even change the introduction message here as well. So click Next when you're ready, and now we need to create this. Click this Create button here, and that loads up our message in Outlook. Here it is, and these are the fields which the user is going to fill in. So now if I type in an email address to send it to, and just basically hit send at this point. So now if I load up my Gmail account and check the email, and here it is, it's come into my Gmail account, and if I open it, here's the message that we sent from Outlook. And what I have to do now is I have to hit reply, and scroll down here to our message and add in what we want. So to make it distinct so that we can see what's going in the table, I'm going to add in a company called Outlook Company, Outlook John, Outlook Smith. So that's what's actually going to be loaded into our Access table. So now if I hit send, and I come back to Outlook. I check my send receive. Here comes the message. And in our inbox we have this little option here with the plus sign on the side, so we click that, and this is the folder we designated our access messages to come into, access data collection replies. We click that, and here it is. Here's our reply message. So now if we just right click it, we get an option here saying export data to Microsoft Office Access. So if I click that now, it's saying that this is what it's actually going to add to our table, this information that we sent in the reply: Outlook Company, Outlook John, Outlook Smith. So now we click OK, get the message saying data is successfully exported to the database. Click OK here. So now if we come back into Microsoft Access and open our customers table, and we go right to the bottom of the table, we can now see that that record has actually been added in there. So here we have record 34, Outlook Company, Outlook Smith, and Outlook John. So you could use this kind of technique for collecting information for surveys. For example, supposing you were sending a survey to thousands of people, you'd collate all their replies, and Outlook would automatically add that information into your table.